Hi, my name is Dominic Symons, and I'm the founder of Bluelounge. I grew up in Switzerland. My parents are English, but I was born in Switzerland and lived there my whole childhood. And always had a strong passion for everything design. I loved sketching, but also loved physics. So to me, that was at a very early stage, a clear indication of where my path was going to be. The love of art and the love of physics and maths is kind of a strange combination. But those two, come together and sort of create industrial design, which is, creating something beautiful, but also mechanically sound and solving a problem. So I went through school in Switzerland and then joined the Art Center College of Design, which was a very, very good design school, an American school that had a campus in Europe. And halfway through my studies, they closed the European campus. And so I transferred to California to finish my studies in California. And so I graduated in industrial design. And I was always interested in multidisciplines. So I got a job in San Francisco with an architecture firm. And worked for 3 years with them and did a lot of interior design, a lot of product design, snowboard boots, those types of products. As well as worked with the architects. We designed the first Apple retail store and trade shows for Apple, and so that was a really great experience. And so after 3 years, I left that company, moved back to LA, and started Bluelounge. Okay, so I've always had a very strong passion for design, but more than that, I really like a challenge. I really like to solve a problem. I mean, you put a problem in front of me, and solving it is the key. And I always want to do, somehow I care about aesthetics. I like interiors, I like things to be well made. So I always like to solve everything in the simplest possible way. I get inspired from travel from everywhere, actually. But a lot of, when I travel, is a really good time to be inspired. And, other interests, I like mountain biking, I like playing tennis. I now have 2 kids, so if I'm not working, I like to spend my time with my kids. But I am a bit of a workaholic, I have to say, and I do work a lot. But I'm so passionate about what I do that I don't even really consider it work. I spend a lot of hours, but it's fun all the way. I really enjoy it. So after I left the architecture company in San Francisco, I partnered with Melissa, who was my girlfriend at the time, and now my wife, and we started Bluelounge. And we started as an industrial and a multidisciplinary design studio, where we would provide consulting services to different clients. And our first thing was to do a big furniture fair in Milan, and we won a contest to get in. And we went and designed and prototyped a whole series of furniture, and Melissa illustrated a book, and then we presented, our work at the show. And that brought us like 60, 70 publications within the first year. We got Herman Miller as a client, we got Panasonic, we later worked with some hospitals and with Microsoft. And so it immediately put us kind of as a very small design firm kind of on the world stage. It was really great. And so the studio grew from there, and after about 4 years or 4.5 years of doing consulting, designing snowboard boots, sunglasses, fashion accessories, a lot of branding, brand building entire brands for some companies, we decided that instead of building other people's brands, we wanted to build our own brand. And we designed our first product and, sourced it, found the manufacturers, and started production on our first product. Which was called Cable Yo-Yo, and it was a simple spool for wrapping your cords. And we manufactured it, took a booth at the CES in Las Vegas and presented it there. And the response was phenomenal. We sold 120,000 units in the first year, and really gave us the boost to decide that this was the right way for us to go. And so from there, we gradually kind of shifted from consulting to manufacturing. It was a kind of a progression. It took, 2-3 years to do the full shift. So we kept consulting for clients, but we gradually manufactured more and more products. And now we're 100%, building our brand, finding new problems to solve, building a product line. We have a great following. We have a lot of huge fans, and we just want to continue this. We're all very passionate group of designers, and just want to keep, making great stuff. So the inspiration behind the products, for the most part, is often solving my own problems. At least that's how it started. I'm looking at, issues that I had and thinking like, well, maybe other people have the same issue. So if I design a solution for myself, hopefully other people will have the same issue and like the way I solve the problem for myself. And that's how I started with the initial ideas. It includes like the sanctuary, which was a beautiful place to place all your keys, your wallet, your watch, and have everything be charged all the time. Because I found that when I went back and forth to the office and to my home, I was always emptying my pockets, and by that time you had a key, an iPod, a phone, and some other accessories, and they needed a place to be, and so that's how the sanctuary came about. I used the laptops, and they were getting very hot, so I designed tiny suction cup feet, and I always try to find you try to think different, you try and find a way of doing things that are kind of unique, and we use suction cups in this case to design the cool feed for the laptops. It's something that no one really uses suction cups unless it's in your bathroom. But it seems perfectly suited for this application because it leaves no marks. It comes on and off at the bottom of your laptop so easily, and it's small and easy to transport. And that's really what we try and do. We try to always, solve a problem that people need, but not just do it in a banal way. Try and bring something really innovative to it. And at the same time, try and engineer it as good as we can. And, we don't cut corners. We don't try and make things as cheap as we can. Of course, we want everything to be affordable. We're trying to design for everybody. But we're not making it to be, it's not all about getting it as cheap as possible. It's about getting it right and getting the materials right and getting, using the right adhesives, the right materials. The cable box we make out of fire retardant materials. We just, we really care about what we make. And I believe that when people buy a product, they should care about it. And it's something that you buy once. You don't need to buy disposable things. You don't need to always acquire new things. You need to have a few items you really cherish and just stick with those. So at Bluelounge, we started out making cable management very universal products, and because of the design aesthetic being so nice and clean, we ended up being distributed side by side with a lot of Apple type accessories. And so a lot of our distributors are very, Apple specific around the world, and there's kind of been a demand for some Apple specific items. So a lot of our thoughts lately, over the past year, have been around, solving problems around the iPhone or iPad and things like that. But our passion is really beyond that, and we are going to really continue in all aspects of lifestyle products, whether it's for your home, for your commute. We look at different areas like your home, commuting, and your digital lifestyle, what you do with your accessories. And so future products from Bluelounge, you're going to see more, iPod, iPhone, iPad accessories, but also a lot more of the sort of general problem-solving / lifestyle accessories. And we recently launched our first collection of bags, and I think that's an area that's going to allow us to grow and constantly evolve as well. I believe soft goods, now that we have a very good vendor, we're doing everything in recycled fabrics, and we're constantly designing, so there's going to be a lot of innovation in that area as well.